Um, so yesterday, so this past week, I started baking again because me and my roommate, I know a couple of you were in class last week, but me and my roommate were doing a sugar detox. And when I say sugar detox, it's not like we were like cutting out all of sugar, like that would never happen. But we just weren't like baking as much, and we weren't like eating a brownie or a cookie after every single meal. So it was like kind of like just weaned ourselves off of it a little bit. But this week we are now eating sugar again, and so naturally I baked something yesterday. And I just wanted to make chocolate chip cookies, no big deal. And I had to use brown sugar. And some of you might know this, but when brown sugar is exposed to air, it hardens. I knew that brown sugar hardened, but I didn't know why. A couple months ago, I was baking, and I think I tried to make chocolate chip cookies again. And the brown sugar was hard. And I was like, oh my God, it must just be because it's old. So I took the brown sugar out of the box in the bag, and I started like beating it against my kitchen counter repeatedly. It's very loud. And it didn't work because it like kind of crumbled a little bit, but like it was very solid. But even when it crumbled, those pieces were still rock solid. Therefore, when I went to go put it like in the cookie mixture, like it wasn't becoming one with the whole mixture. So I like made something else. But this time around, I was like, you know what? Like, we have 2 boxes of brown sugar. They're both hard. There's got to be a way to use this. Like, this has had to happen to someone else. And a few weeks ago, on the tinfoil roll, I realized that there is a solution to the roll popping out when you pull out the tinfoil. And so I thought in my mind, I'm like, you know what? I bet you like the directions for how to soften this are on the box. Lo and behold, I look on the back of the brown sugar box, and like it's very large. Brown sugar hardens when exposed to oxygen, must seal in like airtight bag. If brown sugar hardens, follow these steps. And I was like, who would have known that the solution to my problem was right in front of me on the very box that I find the brown sugar in? Typical. So it just reminded me of this one, my favorite Hindu story. And I've said it before in class. I've posted it like on my Instagram. It really does speak to me. I'm gonna shorten it up. So there's this guy, his name, or I should say God. I don't know if it's a male or female. His name is Brahma. And Brahma is he's responsible for the creation of the universe and all the creatures within it. And so at one point in time, according to this legend, there was a time that all humans were considered gods. And we all had this divinity that we were able to, I guess, freely use. But of course, we abused that divinity. And Brahma was like, oh no, like they're not using this well. They're not using it to their full advantage. I need to take this from them, and I need to hide it somewhere so that they don't abuse their divinity. And so basically him and, his posse, they were like, well, where do we put it? And so they're thinking about all the places that they could put it on the earth. Like they're like, oh, we'll put it in the mountains. No, they'll climb the mountains and they'll find it. Okay, we'll put it deep into the forest where they'll never go. No, they'll search the forest. They'll find it. Let's put it at the bottom of the ocean. They're like, no, they're gonna dive to the bottom of the ocean. They will find it there. And so then Brahma had this wonderful idea, and he was like, I have the best idea where they're never gonna find it. Let's hide the divinity within themselves. And so everyone agreed, and they were like, yeah, man, like that rocks. They're never gonna look there. And they did that. And so they took everyone's divinity and they just hid it within ourselves. And ever since then, according to this legend, humans have been searching high and low, to the farthest corners of the earth to find their divinity. find this special something. But really, it's that divinity has been hiding within themselves all along. And so, just thinking about that story, but also how it relates to yourself, it's probably happened to all of us at one time or another, where we've been searching for something, searching outside of ourselves for something to give us happiness. And I think especially right now in this quarantine period, it's hard to do that because we are so confined. And it's like, if we're feeling a certain type of emotion, happiness or sadness, anger, whatever it is, we look outside of ourselves. Well, it's probably because of the weather. It's probably because of, I don't know, something. I don't like the food that I hate, or I haven't exercised today. You know what I mean? We look at these external factors and why that's affecting us, but really we should be looking within ourselves and just listening to ourselves. And that's really all that this practice is, right? It's all about heading inward, because everything that we need to live our best life, to live our happiest life, is within. And our asana practice helps to uncover that, because our asana practice has to do with moving the body and putting it into certain positions and certain shapes, and they all serve a purpose in some way, shape, or form. But by learning about this body, this external layer, we're given the opportunity to then move past that layer, get into the deeper layers, and perhaps get to that deepest layer of ourselves. So we'll get started in Sukhasana, right? Some of you are there already, but we'll start in a seated cross-legged position. You can rest your hands gently onto your lap. Sit up nice and tall. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Take another deep breath in. Open the mouth, let it go. And now just take a nice steady breath. Inhaling. Exhaling. Breathing in. Breathing out. Just take a few more breaths right here on your own. Now, as you breathe, just allow yourself to start to enter into your space. Start to allow any loud or disturbing or distracting thoughts perhaps fall away. Just place it off to the side for a moment. Try to just focus right here on your body where it connects to the ground, and on your breath. Now bring your palms to meet right in front of heart center. You can bring your thumbs to meet your sternum, but then lift your sternum up to meet the thumb. Bow the chin towards the hands and towards your heart. Start to flicker open the eyes. Namaste. Thank you guys for coming. So let's come right up to a tabletop. You'll come on out to your hands and to your knees. Once you get to tabletop, spread your fingers really wide, okay? And then I want you to press down through all the fingers and all the finger pads, but especially your forefinger and your thumb. As you inhale, we're gonna come into a cow pose, but as you lower the abdomen, energetically drag the heels of your hands towards your knees so that it feels like you're dragging the center of your heart forward. And then as you exhale, you can round your spine. You can untuck your toes, gather the belly up and towards the spine. Again, inhale, lower the belly down. Energetically drag the heels of your hands towards your knees, extend the heart forward. And then exhale to round your spine. Gather the belly up towards the spine. Keep going just like this with your cows and your cats. And then I want you to keep moving like this, but as you come through your cow the next time. I want you to bend the elbows just a little bit, about a third of the way down. And as you bend the elbows back, feel how that allows you to pull the center of the chest forward even more, as if you're really trying to lengthen the spine forward. And then when you come through the cat, you'll straighten out your arms. Okay, so the inhale, you lower the abdomen down slightly, bend the elbows, drag the heels of the hand back, pull the heart forward. Just take one more round right here. And after that next round, sit it back into a child's pose. Widen your knees, bring your big toes to touch, and sit your hips back towards your heels. Extend your arms way forward, and just allow your forehead to rest down towards the mat. Once you get there, just take a nice deep breath in, and a full breath out. One more inhale. Exhale. Rise back up to tabletop. Again, widen your fingers, press through your forefinger and your thumb especially, okay? Now move your left knee towards the center line of the mat a little bit so that it's more or less under, right underneath the body as opposed to off to the left side. Take your right leg and extend it to the back of the room, lift your toes off the mat, and then flex your foot a lot. So I want you to pull the toes in towards your shin, okay? Now take a deep breath in. As you exhale, you're going to open up your right hip, take the toes to the right side of the room, and then helicopter this right leg towards your right arm. It's going to differ for how far the leg actually gets. And then take your right foot back behind you. You can spin your toes down towards the mat. Keep flexing your foot. Take an inhale. As you exhale, you're going to open up the hip, helicopter this right leg around, hold right there for a moment. Keep flexing your foot, lift from the inner thigh. And then take your leg back behind you, toes will spin down. One more inhale. And as you exhale, open up the hip, helicopter this right leg around, and then just hold. Keep flexing the foot, keep lifting from your inner thigh, hold right here. And then extend your right foot back behind you, toes dial down. Place your right knee down next to your left, and then you can bring your knees back under their respective hip points. Now, as you inhale, just lower the heart towards the mat, pull the shoulder blades together, and exhale, press the floor away, just press the shoulder blades away from one another. And then inhale, just the shoulders, right? Pull the shoulder blades together, heart goes down. Exhale, round. One more time, inhale, bring the shoulder blades together, let the heart go down. And then exhale, press the floor away. And then from here, just release that, bring your knees together, walk your hands back, sit onto your heels, and then I want you to just make circles with your hands. You can make fists and then circle them around. Circle them one way, and then circle them the other way. Bring your hands back onto the mat, walk your hands out, come on up to tabletop. Fingers spread wide, press through the forefinger and thumb. Now move your right knee a little bit more towards the center line of your mat. Take your left leg, extend it back behind you, toes are dialing down. Okay. Flex the foot right here, take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, open up your left hip, left foot, and then helicopter the left foot out to the left side of the room, hold. And then bring the leg back, dial the toes down. Take an inhale. And then as you exhale, again, helicopter this left leg around. Try to keep your body centered and squared towards the front of your space. And then pull your left leg back, toes dial down. Take one more inhale. And as you exhale, open up the hips, helicopter this left leg around, hold right here. And then extend your left foot back behind you, toes dial down, place your left knee down, and then take your knees under their respective hip points. Now this time, come on out to a plank. So you're gonna lift your knees off the mat. If you need to leave the knees down, you can, but you might try this first. Same thing as we did before. Inhale, lower the heart towards the mat, pull your shoulder blades together. And then as you exhale, press the floor away, move the shoulder blades away from one another. Inhale, lower the heart down, shoulder blades together. Exhale to press the floor away. Just one more time, inhale to lower down. And exhale, press the floor away. Tap the knees down, child's pose. Sit your hips back towards your heels. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Inhale. exhale. Pull your knees together and then walk your hands towards your knees. Just sit up on your heel. Last time right here, make a fist with both hands and then circle them around. One way and then the other way. And then place your hands onto the ground. Once again, let's come out to downward facing dog. Tuck your toes, lift the knees, and lift your hips. From here, just pedal out your feet. Shake the hips, shake your head, take whatever movements right here that might feel necessary for you. And then you can just start to steady your movements right here in your downward facing dog. Keep spreading your fingers and keep pressing through your forefinger and your thumb. Now, as you inhale, come out to plank pose. Exhale, downward facing dog, pike the hips up and back. Now listen carefully. Inhale it out to plank and then bend your elbows about a third of the way down. Feel the heart move forward as if you're dragging the heart forward, and then press it right back up, downward facing dog. Inhale, come on out to plank, lower a third of the way down. Feel the heart move forward. Press right back up, downward facing dog. Last time right here, inhale it out to plank, bend the elbows a third of the way down, pull the heart forward, press it back up, downward facing dog. Now inhale, plank, lower knees, lower belly, all the way down. Widen your feet, widen your hands. You can rise up onto your fingertips for this one. As you inhale, lift the chest up and exhale, lower down. Again, inhale, lift it up. Exhale, lower down. Last time right here. Inhale to lift it up. Hold right here for a breath. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower your heart down. Feel the heart move forward as you lower. Narrow your hands and feet. Tuck your toes. Downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up to the sky behind you. I want you to start by flexing your right foot, toes dialed down. Okay? And then bend your knee and open up your hip. Really lift your knee high to the sky. Keep your shoulders squared today. So if you notice that you're kind of, looking underneath your right armpit and opening up the right shoulder, see if you can dial it down. And then rise high to the ball of your left foot so that your right knee can get a little bit higher. And then from here, open up your right leg. So straighten out your right leg, but keep flexing your foot. So now the toes are going to face the right side of the room. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, bend your knee and you can helicopter your right knee towards the right side of the room to lizard lunge. So step your right foot nice and wide. And then tap your back knee down to the mat and untuck your toes. From here, I want you to bend the elbows just a little bit, a little bit of a micro bend. And as you do this, I want you to energetically drag the heels of your hands towards the back of the mat so that it feels like your collarbones are broadening and your heart is being dragged forward. Deep breath in, full breath out. Inhale, exhale. Now straighten out your arms, tuck your back toes, and lift up your back knee. I really want you to gather the belly up and towards your spine. Ready, three-legged dog from here. Take it up and back. Bend your knee and open up your hip. Okay, now listen up. Extend your right leg. Keep your right hip open right here. Take an inhale. Now, as you exhale, you'll shift forward, helicopter this right leg around towards the right side of the room. Micro bend your elbows, maybe tap your thigh to your upper arm. And then press up and back, three-legged dog. You can dial your toes down. Take an inhale. Exhale. Open up the hips, slide forward, helicopter this right leg around. Maybe the leg just comes towards the arm. And then press it right back up. Last time right here. Inhale, slide forward, helicopter this right leg around. It might not come very far. Press back up, three-legged dog. And then step your right foot in between your hands. Inhale to straighten out your front leg, bend into your back knee, and then spring your left foot up to meet your right foot, forward fold at the top of your mat. Inhale to lengthen, and exhale, fold. Inhale to sweep your arms high to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Bring the palms together. Pull the prayer down right in front of heart center. Tadasana, mountain pose, arms by your side. Inhale, sweep the arms up and over your head. Bring the palms together. And as you exhale, pull the prayer in front of heart center once again. Now lift your left knee up towards your belly. Flex your left foot. Now start to hinge forward as you extend your left foot behind you. Feel the opposition in your body as you extend your left leg back. Just come through that warrior three for a moment. Low lunge. Lower the ball of your back foot. Lower your hands down to the ground. Downward facing dog. Step your right foot back to meet the left. Inhale it out to a plank. Bend your elbows, lower a third of the way down. Pull the heart forward. Press it right back up. Downward facing dog. Inhale out to plank. Bend the elbows a third of the way. Pull the heart forward. Press back up. Downward facing dog. One more time. Inhale, slide forward. Bend the elbows a third of the way down. Feel how that has to pull the heart forward. Downward facing dog. Now inhale, plank. Lower knees, lower belly, all the way down. One more wide cobra. Widen your feet, widen your hands. You can come up onto the fingertips. Inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, lower. Now at a certain point, or eventually, you can start to wrap your elbows in, plant your palms, and perhaps straighten out your arms so that you come into a deeper cobra. Okay, but keep the collarbones broad and keep extending the heart forward. One more inhale. And as you exhale, pull the heart forward and down. Feel how the spine lengthens. Narrow your hands and feet, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg nice and high to the sky. Flex your left foot and then bend your knee and open up your hips. Keep your shoulders squared towards the front of the room. Rise high to the ball of your right foot. Get higher with your left knee. And then extend your left leg, but really reach out of the inner thigh. Now take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bend your knee. Helicopter your right knee towards your right upper arm. And then we're gonna come into lizard, okay? And then lower your back knee down, untuck the toes. So as we move through those straight legs, that straight leg helicopter exercise, you can always bend the knee as well. When you get to this lizard, right, stay nice and low, bend the elbows a little bit, drag the heels of your hands back so that you can pull the center of the heart forward. Deep breath in, full breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Straighten out your arms. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Gather the belly up and towards the spine. Three-legged dog. Left leg up and back behind you. Bend the knee, open up your hip once again, right? Flex the foot. Now extend your left leg if you can. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, come forward. Bend the elbows a little bit so that you move forward even more. Helicopter the left leg around. And then come right back up, three-legged dog. Toes can dial down. Inhale. Exhale. Come forward, forward, forward. Helicopter the left leg. Press right back up, downward, three-legged dog. Last time, inhale. Exhale, slide forward, helicopter the left leg around. Maybe the leg taps, maybe just in that direction. And then press back up, three-legged dog. Now step your left foot in between your hands. Straighten the front leg, bend into the back knee. Spring your right foot up to meet your left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms high to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana, palms together. Pull the prayer down right in front of heart center. Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, sweep the arms up and over your head, palms together. Pull the prayer down right in front of heart center. Pull your right knee up towards the belly. Flex your right foot so that it's nice and active. Now hinge forward as you extend your right foot back behind you. Again, feel the opposition from your right foot to up the spine. One more inhale, low lunge. Place the ball of your foot down, place your hands down. Downward facing dog. Now inhale it out to plank. Lower all the way down to the mat, maybe one straight line. Inhale, lift your chest, low cobra, keep it nice and narrow. Exhale, downward facing dog. Start to take small steps up to the top of your mat where your feet will come all the way up to meet your hands. There's no rush. Once your feet get up to meet your hands, you can have a little bit of space in between your feet, about 2 fist width distance. Bend the knees as much as you need to, and you can grab hold of your elbows right here. Just allow your head to dangle down. Take a nice deep breath in and a full breath out. If you have the elbows, just switch the crossing of your elbows so that the opposite forearm is on top. Let the arms dangle down like a rag doll now. Press your feet down. Inhale, rise it up to stand. Bring your arms up and over the head, palms together. Pull the prayer down right in front of heart center. Hands right by your side, Tadasana, mountain pose. Inhale, sweep the arms up and over your head, palms together. Exhale, take it down the center as we forward fold over the legs. Inhale the right foot to the back of your mat, low lunge. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale it out to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. I'm cueing chaturanga up dog, but you can always lower to the belly and come through cobra. Inhale, right leg up to the sky. Exhale, your right foot through in between your hands. Inhale, straighten your front leg, bend into the back knee. Exhale, spring your left foot up to meet your right. Inhale, arms sweep up and over the head, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, take it down the center as we forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, left foot to the back of your mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale it out to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, left foot through in between your hands. Inhale, straighten the front leg, bend into the back knee. Exhale, spring your right foot up to meet your left. Inhale, arms reach up and over the head, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, take it down the center, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, right foot to the back of your mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale out to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg up and back. Exhale, right foot in between the hands. Inhale, straighten the front leg, bend into your back knee. Exhale, spring the left foot up to meet your right. Inhale, arms reach up and over the head, Urdhva Hastasana, palms together. Exhale, take it down the center, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, left foot to the back of your mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale it out to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up and back. Exhale, left foot in between the hands. Inhale, straighten the front leg, bend into the back knee. Spring your right foot up to meet your left. Inhale, arms up and over the head, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, right foot to the back of your mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to your plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay and breathe right here. Take a deep breath in. Full breath out. Now bring your big toes to touch. Walk them up slightly. Inhale to bend the knees. Look between your hands. At the bottom of your exhale, either walk or hop your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms high to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, left foot to the back of your mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Stay and breathe right here. Deep breath in. Full breath out. Bring the big toes to touch. Walk them up slightly. Inhale, bend the knees. Look between the hands. At the bottom of your exhale, walk or hop the feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms high to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana, palms together. Fold it down the center, Uttanasana. Now inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your palms. You can hop back to Chaturanga or downward facing dog. Land softly, and then you can take it out through a vinyasa. We'll meet it back in downward facing dog. Maybe you come right back to downward facing dog. Once you reach your downward facing dog, just stay and breathe. Deep breath in, full breath out. Inhale, exhale. Let's build our sequence from here. Inhale the right leg up to the sky, straight up and back. Exhale your right foot through in between your hands. Inhale for a high lunge. So circle your hands up to the sky. It's okay if this back leg is a little bit bent so that you can take your pelvis forward. I want you to gather the belly up towards the spine and then reach up and out through your hands. On your next inhale, straighten your front leg, pivot to the left, all 10 toes to the left side of the room, and then warrior two to the front. So open up the right hip, right toes, and tee open your arms. From here, inhale, straighten your front leg, triangle. Keep pressing down through your back left leg as you hinge forward. I want you to feel the opposition in your body. Bring your right hand down to your shin, left hand high to the sky. Again, as you inhale, press your left foot down, but reach the center of the chest forward, and then start to turn the front side of the body up. Bring the left arm over your ear, look down, downward facing dog. Option now, inhale it out to a plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg high to the sky. Step your left foot through in between your hands. Inhale to a high lunge. Circle your hands up to the sky. Again, if there's a soft bend in this back leg, that's okay so that you can press the pelvis forward. Reach your hands up. Now inhale, straighten your front leg, pivot to your right, all 10 toes to the right side of the room, and then warrior two to the front. So now open up the left hip, left toes as you sink the hips and tee out your arms. We want you to really press down through your back foot. Now inhale, straighten your front leg. Keep pressing through your right heel as you start to hinge forward. Feel the opposition in the body. Bring your left hand down and your right hand high to the sky. Bring your right arm over your ear and down to the mat, downward facing dog. Hands down, step back. Option, inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up and back. Step the right foot through in between your hands. Inhale to a high lunge. Now this time, I want you to pay attention to your back leg. I want you to spin your inner thigh up towards the sky. And in doing that, you're gonna feel this left hip come forwards a little bit. Feel that power from the inner thigh. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Pivot all 10 toes to the left side of the room. Warrior two to the front. Open up the right hip, right toes. Okay, now that energy from the inner thigh, can you keep that in your back left leg? Spin your inner thigh back behind you and press this thigh bone back as you really bend the knees and get this right hip under the body. Inhale, straighten your front leg, triangle. Hinge forward. Bring your right hand down to the shin, left hand up to the sky. Keep pressing through your left heel as the center of the chest moves forward and then look up. Now we layer on. Bring the left arm over your ear, wide leg forward fold, hands down to the mat, pivot your right toes in. Inhale to lengthen up, extend the center of the chest forwards, and as you exhale, fold. As you fold, spin your inner thighs back behind you. Press the thigh bones back as your sitting bones lift high. Stay nice and low, extended side angle to the back of the room. Open up the left hip, left toes. If you can keep your hand on the ground on the inside of the shin. Otherwise, the forearm will slide up to your thigh as you take this right arm up and over. Press through your right heel and spin your right inner thigh back behind you. Keep getting the left hip underneath the body. Now, one more breath in. Exhale through wide leg forward fold, hands down, pivot left toes in, extended side angle to the front of the room. Open up the right hip, right toes. Hand can stay on the ground or it will move up to the thigh as this left arm sweeps up and over. Can you feel the opposition in your body right here? Feel the back left foot press down as you reach forward with the left hand. One more breath in, downward facing dog. On your breath out, hands down, step back. Option. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up and back. Exhale your left foot through in between the hands. On your inhale, rise it up to a high lunge. As you reach up, bring the awareness to your back inner thigh. Spin the inner thigh towards the sky and feel that lift up from the inner thigh. Feel how that right hip wants to come forward a little bit when you do that. On an inhale, straighten your front leg. Pivot all 10 toes to the right side of the room. Warrior 2 to the front. Open up the left hip, left toes, and tee your arms open. Again, the awareness, bring it to your back leg. Spin your inner thigh back behind you. Press the thigh bone back. And then I want you to get this left hip underneath the body so that your tailbone gets heavy. Now inhale, straighten your front leg, triangle. Press through your right heel as you hinge forward. Left hand down to the shin, right hand up. Again, keep pressing the right heel down, but feel the center of the chest go forward and then look up. Bring the right arm over your ear. Come through wide leg forward fold. Lower your hands and pivot your left toes in. Parallel your feet. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, fold. As you fold, inner thigh spin back. Thigh bones press back. Stay low. Walk your hands, pivot your feet to the back of the room, extended side angle. Right hip, right toes open, hand on the ground on the inside of the shin, or forearm will move to your thigh. Left arm sweeps up and over. Again, feel the opposition. Bring the awareness to your left leg. Spin your inner thigh back, and then heavy the tailbone so that your pelvis is neutral. Now, take an exhale. Swoop the arm across the face through wide leg forward fold, extended side angle to the front of your mat. Open up your left hip, left toe, forearm to thigh or hand to the ground. Bring the right arm up and over. Again, feel the opposition. One more inhale. Now release your hands, downward dog as you exhale. Option, inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale your right leg up and back. Exhale your right foot through in between the hands. Last time we're here, inhale to a high lunge. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, straighten your front leg, pivot to the left. And then exhale, warrior 2 to the front, open it up. Inhale, straighten your front leg, triangle pose. Right hand down, left hand goes high. Take a deep breath in. Exhale the left arm over your ear, wide leg forward fold on the breath out, parallel feet. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Now stay nice and low, extended side angle to the back of your mat. Open up left hip, left toes. Press the right heel down, right arm up and over. Deep breath in. Exhale through wide leg forward fold, extended side angle to the front. Open up right hip, right toes, left arm up and over. Deep breath in. Now, as you exhale, left hand onto the left hip. Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Hop the back foot in halfway, and then take your right hand to the outside of your foot. Slide the hand, slide the center of the chest forward as you begin to float your left leg off the ground. Flex your left foot right here. Really lift from the inner thigh, and then perhaps take the left hand up to the sky. And I want you to feel the opposition from your back left foot through the center of your chest to the front of your space. Take one more breath in. And as you exhale, low lunge, lower your hand, lower your foot down to the mat. Side plank on your left. Keep your left hand down. Spin to the outer blade of your left foot, and you can heel toe the right foot to the center of the mat. Maybe keep that foot there as the right hand goes up, but maybe you stack your right foot on top of your left. Flex your feet. Get really active in the bottoms of your feet. Bring your right arm over your ear and down to the mat, downward facing dog. Let's skip the vinyasa. Inhale the left leg nice and high to the sky. Step your left foot through in between the hands. Inhale to a high lunge, reach the arms up. Exhale to settle in. Inhale, straighten your front leg, pivot all 10 toes to the right side of the room. Warrior two to the front. Open up the left hip and the left toes. As you inhale, straighten your front leg, triangle. Feel the opposition. Press through the right heel as you hinge, hinge, hinge forward. Good. From here, take your right arm over your ear, down to the mat, wide leg forward fold. Once you get there, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inner thigh, spin back as you fold. Stay low, extended side angle to the back of your mat. Open up the right hip, right toes. Slide this left arm over your ear. Deep breath in. Exhale through wide leg forward fold. Extended side angle to the front of your mat. Left hip, left toes open. Right arm up and over your ear. Take a deep breath in. Now bring the right hand onto your right hip. Ardha Chandrasana. Hop your right foot in halfway. Left hand to the outside of the shin and then slide forward. Flex your right foot once you get up and try and get the foot to about hip height, maybe a little bit higher. But as you press through the sole of your right foot, feel the center of your chest go forward. Maybe this right hand will come up to the sky. One more inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Lower your hand, lower your foot. Now, side plank from here. Come to the outer blade of your right foot. Heel toe the left foot for the center of the mat. Right? And then maybe you stay. Maybe you stack the left foot on top of your right and this left hand up to the sky. Flex your feet, right? Really extend out through the soles of your feet. But can you move the center of the chest forward? Bring the left arm over your ear. One more inhale. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Let's skip the vinyasa. Instead, just take a breath. Deep breath in. Full breath out. All right, inhale the right leg to the sky. Step your right foot between your hands, right up into Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. Right, so if you need a block, you can grab a block right here. Slide forward and then lift your left hand up. Again, I just want you to feel the opposition. I want you to really pay attention to straightening out, especially your left leg. As you reach out of the sole of your foot, feel the center of the chest go forward. Maybe you play with reaching your right fingertips off the ground and reaching them forward so that you can keep the sides of the body long and the collarbones nice and broad. One more inhale. Low lunge as you exhale. Lower your hands, lower your foot. Now, three-legged dog, right leg comes up and back behind you. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Keep your shoulders squared. Straighten your right leg. Deep breath in. As you exhale, slide forward, helicopter this right leg around towards your right upper arm. Bend the elbows to come forward even more. And then press up and back, three-legged dog. The toes can dial down. Inhale. Exhale, slide forward, helicopter the right leg around. Press up and back, three-legged dog. One more time, inhale. Exhale, slide forward, helicopter this right leg around. Press up and back, three-legged dog. Place your right foot down next to your left foot. Tap the knees down for a moment, sit back into a child's pose. Just take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Rise back up through tabletop, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg high to the sky. Step your left foot in between your hands, right up into half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. So use the momentum to come forward. Again, feel the opposition. As you move towards lifting the hand, you have to keep that opposition. So maybe this right hand comes up, but then perhaps you play, take the left fingertips off the mat, extend the fingertips forward. Can you keep the collarbones broad as you reach the center of the chest forward? One more inhale, low lunge as you exhale, hands down, step back. Three-legged dog, left leg up and back behind you. Bend your knee, open up your head. Shoulders squared, straighten the leg. Deep breath in. Exhale, come forward, helicopter this left leg around as much as you can. Press right back up, three-legged dog, toes can dial down. Inhale, exhale, slide forward, helicopter the left leg around, pull the heart forward. Come right back up, downward facing dog, a three-legged dog. Inhale, exhale, last time right here, come forward, 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 helicopter the left leg. And then up and back, three-legged dog. Place your left foot down next to your right. Child's pose, knees down, hips back. Take a deep breath in, full breath out. Rise back up through tabletop, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg high to the sky. Step the right foot in between your hands. Warrior one this time. Spin your back heel down at 45 degrees. Bend your front knee as you lift your hands nice and high to the sky. Now, the thing I want you to bring attention or awareness to, the back leg. Can you spin the inner thigh back behind you towards the back of your space as this left hip comes forward? Okay, and then lift your hands nice and high to the sky. As you take this hip forward, can you feel down the outer blade of your back foot as well? Now inhale, just straighten out your front leg, go higher with your hands, and then rebend your front knee. Now take an inhale. As you exhale, go wide with your hands as you frame your front foot, pyramid pose. Hop your back foot in a little bit. You can adjust. Once you get here, inhale, lengthen out. So I want you to extend the heart forward. As you fold, can you imagine that you're dragging your heart forward, forward, forward over your leg so that your spine stays as long as you can. If you have blocks or any props that you're using, you can place it under one hand, or maybe you have two to help you reach the ground. If there's a little bit of a bend in your right knee, that's okay. I do want you to just keep pulling the heart forward. So even if you're, here with that little bent leg, that's okay. Deep breath in, full breath out. Now, we're going to come forward to supported warrior three. So walk your hands forward. You're going to start to lift the heel of your back foot, slide the heart forward, lift your heart forward as you lift your back left leg. Can you spin the back inner thigh towards the sky so that your toes are dialing down towards the mat? Now, keep extending the heart forward for warrior three. So you have to keep going forward as you lift your hands. You can bring your arms by your side, hands at heart center. Ooh. Or hands reaching out in front of you, okay? Yogi's choice today. Now, as you inhale, we're just gonna stand up, place your left foot next to your right, hands to heart center. Come right into a chair pose, Utkatasana. Bend your knees and lower your feet. Take a deep breath in. Stay for the exhale. Now, crow or crow prep. Place your hands down, rise to the balls of your feet and separate your knees. You're gonna bend the elbows a little bit so that the heart can move forward, your whole body can move forward so your knees can rest on your armpits. Maybe you just slide forward, maybe the heels will lift, maybe one at a time. From your crow, you can lower the feet, you can hop, walk, or step your feet back, chaturanga. Option to take it through vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Inhale the left leg up to the sky. Step your left foot between the hands. Warrior one. Back heel down 45 degrees. Bend your knee. Lift your hands up. Shift the awareness to your back leg. Spin the inner thigh back behind you and feel how that will spin the right side of your body forward. As you do that, seal down the outer blade of your back foot, so the pinky toe side edge. Keep bending into the front knee. Now inhale, straighten your front leg. Reach up with your hands and re-bend the front knee. Take an inhale. Exhale, arms wide and down to the ground. Frame your front foot. Pyramid pose. Adjust your feet as you need. Okay. Straighten out your legs. Again, if there's a little bit of a bend in this front leg, that's okay. Inhale, lengthen out. And as you do this, press your fingertips or your hands down. Pull the heart forward. And then as you exhale to fold, again, keep that energy going. Keep pulling the heart forward. Okay, so that the spine stays long. You feel the center of the chest going down as you press down through your right foot. Now, supported warrior three. Walk your hands forward as if you're pulling the center of the heart forward, and then go ahead and lift your right leg off the mat. If you have blocks or some sort of support that you want to use underneath your hands, you can definitely use them here. Right? Can you spin the inner thigh towards the sky? Your toes are dialing down towards the mat. Keep the center of the chest moving forward for warrior three. Start to transfer the weight. Do whatever you want with your hands, by your side, heart center, in front. And then bring your hands to meet at heart center. On your next inhale, just rise up to stand. Place your right foot next to your left foot. Right into chair pose, Utkatasana. Bend your knees, lower your feet. Take a deep breath in. Stay for your exhale. One more inhale. Crow pose as you exhale, or crow prep. Bend down, place your palms down. Can you press through your forefinger and thumb as you start to rise to the balls of the feet? Bend your elbows, shift forward. Keep pressing through the forefinger and thumb as you start to transfer the weight. And even if the feet don't lift, feel the weight transfer. Keep the collarbones broad. Maybe the heels will lift. And then you can walk, hop, or step your feet back. Chaturanga Dandasana, or downward facing dog. Option to take it through a vinyasa. We'll meet in downward dog. From downward facing dog, bring your big toes to touch. Walk them up slightly. Inhale, bend the knees, look between your hands. At the bottom of your exhale, walk or hop your feet up to meet your hands. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms high to the sky. Urdhva Hastasana. Tadasana, mountain pose. So now if you do have some sort of support, anything that you could use, block, shoebox, anything that might lift the ground a little bit, go ahead and bring it over. If you don't, that's okay. If you can't grab something that's on hand, all right? Just watch for a moment. I'll show you what we're doing. So you can take a moment to grab a sip of water. We're gonna keep the right foot down, okay? From here, I'm gonna pull my right knee up towards my belly, all right? And then from here, I'm either going to grab my hamstring or take yogi toe lock. My right hand will come to my right hip. I'm gonna extend this right foot out. Right hand up to the sky. So we come from Utthita Hasta A, and then we're gonna go Utthita Hasta B, okay? Now, when you get here, I want you to bring the awareness to your inner thigh or the inseam of your pants, and then watch. I want you to spin your inner thigh back behind you. So I want you to imagine that this inner thigh was going underneath, right? It's gonna face the ground, and then it's gonna go back as my sitting bones go back and my heart comes forward. My right hand is off to the right side. Keep the heart going forward. And then eventually this right hand is gonna come down to my block, support, whatever I got. And then I'm gonna release this left hand as well. This one can come down towards something, maybe it hovers. And then I'm gonna swing this left leg around, spin my inner thigh to the sky, toes dialed down, and I land into a low lunge. My back knee will come down, we come on to Anjaneyasana. Now, you can grab onto your hamstring and do that from there, right? And if your leg isn't completely straight or it's not that high, that's okay, right? We're just gonna try and see if we can really keep that awareness in the inner thigh. It'll come into play for the peak pose, okay? So let's come to the top of the mat. Stand up nice and tall. Now, keep your right foot down. Bring your left knee towards your chest. Now, either, and you can also hold on to your knee, by the way. If you want to keep the knee bent, you can keep it bent. From here, you're either going to grab your hamstring, your knee, or yogi toe lock. Your right hand can be on your right hip. Start to extend your left leg forward as much as you can and bring the right hand up to the sky. If you have the knee, have the knee. Now, start to bring your left knee or leg to the left side of the room as you extend your right arm to the right side of the room for a counterbalance. Now, whether the leg is bent or straight, bring the awareness to the inner thigh. Start to spin the inner thigh back behind you as your sitting bones start to go back, right? Your left leg or left knee is facing the side of the room and you're gonna start to hinge forward. Feel the center of the chest move forward. Take your right hand down to the ground, block or support, and then release your left hand from your left leg. Let that left leg reach out to the side for a moment. Just use the strength of your own leg. And now start to take your left leg to the back of the room, spin your inner thigh to the sky. Your toes can dial down, the leg can extend if it was bent. Low lunge. Lower your foot down, lower your hands. Lower your back knee, untuck your toes. Inhale, arms up to the sky, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Bring your right hand to your right thigh, hinge forward, and then twist to your right as you hook your left elbow to the outside of your thigh. Bring the palms to meet at heart center. And maybe you stay right here with your palms together. Can you broaden the collarbone, right? Try and imagine that you're trying to keep the armpit space open. And then you can lift your sternum towards your thumbs. Maybe you tuck the back toes and lift up the back knee. Take one more inhale. Exhale, lower your hands down to the mat. Straighten your front leg, walk the hands, pivot the feet to your left, wide leg forward fold. Inhale, lengthen out, and exhale, fold. Just let the crown of the head go down. We're just gonna be here for a couple of breaths. Try to get the palms onto the mat. And try and press the heels of your hands onto the ground. Then can you pull the crown of your head, even the back of your head towards the mat? Now rise up onto your fingertips, extend your heart forward. We're gonna go lizard lunge at the front of the room. So heel toe your right foot out a little bit. Keep your hands on the inside of the foot, spin your back heel up. Ready, inhale, extend your front leg as much as you can, and then rebend. Inhale to extend, exhale to rebend. One more time, inhale, extend. Exhale, rebend, place your back knee down to the ground, untuck your toes. Either stay up on your palms, or perhaps some of you will start to walk your hands out and lower the forearms down. And if you want to open up this right hip and come to the outer blade of your right foot, you can do that as well. And just take one more breath. Rise up to your palms, close up the back knee, tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. Now inhale, straighten the front leg, bend into the back knee, coming up to a squat. So step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Take your heel slightly and toes out as you lower your feet down and bring your hands to meet right at heart center. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. Now one more inhale. Forward fold as you exhale. Place your hands down, lift your feet, and parallel your feet. Inhale, just sweep your arms up and over your head, Urdhva Hastasana. Tadasana, mountain pose. You can walk your feet together. Let's go to the other side. If you have a support that you are using, move it over towards the left. Now pull your right knee up towards your chest. So Utthita Hasta A, you can start to take your left hand to your left hip. Choose whether you want to hold your knee, your hamstring, or yogi toe lock. And then if you're extending the legs, start to extend your legs forward as much as you can. It's okay if there's a little bit of a bend in it, right? And then lift your left hand straight up to the sky. Get long on the left side of the body. Now, Utthita Hasta B, start to shift your right leg to the right side of the room. Left hand to the left side of the room for counterbalance. Again, maybe the leg extends, maybe you're holding the knee. Now, bring the awareness to your right inner thigh and start to spin your inner thigh towards the back of your space as your sitting bones go back and the center of your chest goes forward. It's okay if there's a soft bend in this standing leg. When you get parallel, left hand down to the ground or your support, right? Keep reaching your right leg up and then release your right foot or knee. Can you keep it up there for a moment? Use the inner thigh to keep lifting. Swing the right leg back, inner thigh dials up. Low lunge, hands down, foot down. Place your back knee down, untuck the toes. Anjaneyasana, crescent lunge, reach your hands high to the sky. Bring your left hand onto the left thigh, hinge forward, get long. Exhale, twist to your left, hook the elbow to the outside of your thigh, palms together. Maybe you stay, right? Really want you to press the palms into one another. Lift your sternum to meet your thumb, but then keep using the hands to keep broadening the collarbones. Maybe you tuck the back toes and lift your back knee. One more inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Straighten the front leg, walk to your right, wide leg forward fold. Parallel your feet right here. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to fold. Again, just see if you can get your palms fully on the ground. And then with the heels of your hands, can you imagine that you're trying to drag them forward and pull the crown of the head, pull the back of your head towards the mat. Now, lift up your chest. Walk the hands, pivot the feet, lizard lunge at the front of your mat. Heel toe the left foot out a little bit, spin your back heel up. When you get here, inhale, straighten the front leg as much as you can. Exhale to rebend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, rebend. Last time, inhale, straighten. And now rebend your knee, place your back knee down to the ground. You can untuck the toes, settle in here for a few breaths. Either stay up on your palms or come down into the forearms. You can open up this hip if you want. But wherever you are, whether your palms are down or whether your forearms are down, can you keep yourself from collapsing? And can you keep the center of the chest moving forward? The head can relax, right? But can you keep the collarbones really broad by energetically dragging the elbows or the heels of your hands back? Work your way up onto the palms. Tuck the back toes, lift up your back knee. Inhale, straighten your front leg, bend into the back knee, spring right up to a squat. So step your feet nice and wide. Heels slightly in, toes slightly out as you lower your feet down towards the mat. And then bring your palms together at heart center. Again, can you use your palms against one another to really open up the elbows, thereby opening up and broadening through the collarbone. Take one more inhale. Now, as you exhale, place your hands down. We're gonna step or hop to chaturanga, but as you do this, I want you to extend your legs back as the center of the heart goes forward. So whether you're stepping or hopping, it happens in one motion. Legs go back, heart goes forward. Inhale, upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Child's pose. Shins down, hips back. Once you take a breath right there, just walk your hands in towards your shins and sit up nice and tall so that I can demo where we're headed. And some of you might have an inkling where we're going. Okay, so we're going towards an arm balance, Koundinyasana B. And so it's the straight leg version, okay? And we're gonna enter it via that helicopter, that helicopter entry. So I'll demo, right? And we'll just try, like I think I say that for every single pose that I ever teach ever. I'm like, let's just try and we'll see what happens. And so I'm gonna say that here again. Okay, so we are gonna start in downward facing dog. I'll do it on my left side just so you can see me, but we're gonna start on the right, all right? So I'll be in downward facing dog. I'm gonna lift this left leg up and back, bend the knee, open up the hip, okay? Now I'll straighten out my leg. My leg and my foot want to stay active. So my foot is going to stay really, really flexed. Now, I'm going to slide forward, helicopter this left leg around. Watch, my left toes are facing now the front of the room. Once I get forward, I'm going to bend the elbows. Now I have to really spin my inner thigh back, right? So that my toes will start to go forward. I can lift my sitting bones up and lift my back leg up. The center of the chest goes forward. There's this opposition in my back leg and the center of the heart. Then I'll lower my foot down, left leg up and back, lower left foot down. Child's pose, right? And so that's what the focus will be for this pose today. There's that opposition in the body from your back foot through the heart. The center of the heart has to keep moving forward. I gotta pull myself forward, but also that inner rotation of the thigh, right? Because again, when your thigh gets here, right, there's something more that has to happen. The inner thigh has to move back, right? That's gonna lift my hips. That's gonna let the sitting bones go up and back to get my leg up. Because it's really the hips I gotta get up, okay? So let's just see what happens. Let's give it a try. Downward facing dog, and then promise we'll cool down. Or we'll do like handstands and headstands and all this fun stuff. Just kidding. So in our downward facing dog, inhale the right leg up. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Keep the shoulders squared. Extend your right leg. Now, as you exhale, so on your exhale, shift forward, helicopter this right leg around as much as you can. Maybe you just tap the thigh. You're coming towards the arm balance. Keep going forward, forward, forward. Bend your elbows and then spin your inner thigh back behind you. Lift the hip and lift your leg. Lower foot down, downward facing dog. Tap your knees down, child's pose, in between thighs. Come through tabletop, downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg high to the sky. Bend your knee, open up your hip. Extend the left leg. On your exhale, shift forward, pull the heart forward, bend the elbows slightly, right? When your thigh meets your arm, spin the inner thigh back so that the hips have a chance to lift and you have a chance to lift this back right leg. Eventually, you'll work your way back to downward facing dog. Child's pose. Hips back, extend your hands, forehead down towards the mat. And walk your hands in towards your knees. Swing the legs around, and we'll come down onto our backs. If you have a block at home, you can have it nearby if you want to take a supported bridge. If you don't have a block, we're just going to take a regular bridge, okay? But if you do have a block, you want to pop it under the sacrum, go ahead and put it under the sacrum. Otherwise, let's all take one bridge pose, okay? Arms alongside the body. Take an inhale. Exhale, lift your hips up towards the sky. You can walk your shoulders together underneath the body. Maybe interlace the fingers underneath your low back. If you do have an interlace now, just switch the crossing so that the opposite thumb is leading. Take one more breath. And lower your hips down to the ground. Just widen your feet a little bit. Let your knees knock in and rest your hands on top of the belly. If you have a block, you can remove the block from underneath. Windshield wiper your knees from side to side. And then you can let your knees go to the left. Your hips and your gaze will go right. And you can let this twist just be super casual, you know, if you kind of just want to let them fall over, or if you want, you can stack your knees or take whatever variation works better for you. But you can also just kind of let them relax to the left side. Look over your right shoulder and you can tee your arms or goalpost your arms or, you know, do whatever you have space for. Bring your right knee up, followed by your left knee, and then your knees will fall over to the right as your hips will bump left, and you'll look over the left. Bring the left knee up, followed by your right knee. Hug the knees to your chest. Give yourself a nice tight squeeze. And then you can take a happy baby as you take the soles of the feet to the sky, grab the outer edges of your feet, and you can rock from side to side a little bit. Let's take one more inhale. Shavasana. As you exhale, legs, arms long towards the front of the room. Close the eyes. Just allow yourself to relax here for these last few moments, and I'll cue you when it's time to return. Now you can begin to invite a deeper, fuller breath into the body. Wiggle your fingers and toes and drop your head from side to side. Start to bend your knees, and you can roll over onto one side, your right or your left, wherever you're intuitively drawn to this morning. And start to press yourself up to a nice tall seat facing the front of your space, wherever that may be. Once you get to your seat, bring your palms to meet in front of heart center, your thumbs towards your sternum, but then lift your sternum up to meet your thumb. Bow the chin towards the hands and towards your heart, just acknowledging the divinity that does lie within. We'll end our class with a final breath right here. Take a deep breath in and sigh it out. You can open up the eyes. Namaste. Namaste, guys.